What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a good day. A lot of great information in this video. Let's hop straight into it. So breaking news from the altcoin Oracle. And if you guys use Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I have a link, DrippyXRP, in the video description below. I love engaging with you guys. And if you have stories or you find good information, you want me to cover that information, just tweet it at me. So Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, admits that inflationary pressures are running higher than expected. This is obvious news to anyone that's been following the economy, but I'm sure a lot of people that don't have knowledge about the basic economy are seeing this, and it might be a bit alarming. Take a listen to this clip of Jeremy Powell.
But at the end of the day, there's only one solution to this problem, and that is Congress. Whatever else may happen will happen, but Congress really needs to raise the debt ceiling. That's the only way out, in a timely way that allows us to pay all of our bills when and as due. And if we fail to do so, I think that the consequences are hard to estimate, but they could be extraordinarily adverse, and could do longstanding harm.
Crazy coming from the head of the Federal Reserve, basically chokeholding the U.S. economy, saying we must raise the debt ceiling. And this is not a surprise. The interest on the U.S. debt is close to $1 trillion a year, and this is not sustainable. Will they raise the debt ceiling? Yes, it's inevitable. They will not allow this economy to collapse. They will just continue to devalue the dollar and continue to steal your purchasing power. As always, guys, I give away $10 in XRP every day on the channel. To enter the giveaway, just like the video, subscribe, notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. And if you need a spot to get XRP, I recommend Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure. It's my go-to exchange where I buy XRP every day. You can find a link to Uphold in the video description below. So this is John Deaton, a clip all the way back from 2020, and it still rings true to this day.
Now, from what we understand, they want you gone. They're trying to get you off the case. What happened?
Well, Charlie, thank you. And thank you, Liz, for having me back on. It's crazy times. They're reasserting that things that they've already asked to the judge. I made a YouTube video where I did a satirical mock cross-examination of former Chairman Clayton, and I infused scenes from My Cousin Vinny, and I tweeted a few things that were harsh criticism, and they told the judge that I shouldn't be granted amicus status because of that. She rejected those views, granted me amicus status, and lo and behold, now they're arguing that I should be thrown off the case.
Right. Well, just so you know, I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I agree with them, but they described you as violent. I know you were a Marine, but you don't look that violent. But they said that you said you wanted. There was one thing where you satirically suggested you would smack Jay Clayton, the former SEC chair, in the face, and there was what was the other one? It was the video of the mock video of Clayton, and also that you mentioned a witness for the SEC. Obviously, these are you were kidding around, right? I mean, just get that off the table.
Yeah, it was a mock cross-examination of Jay Clayton, satirical, exaggerated. For example, Charlie, Liz, I had a time where in the My Cousin Vinny movie, the judge says to Joe Pesci, "Are you on drugs?" And I remember that. I respond to the judge, pretending, "No, Judge, I don't use drugs, but maybe I'll need them soon."
Are you on drugs? My Cousin Vinny, a great movie. But these statements from John Deaton are back from 2022, and it still remains true to this day. Moving forward, guys, Jeremy Aller, the G20, they want to use next year to normalize crypto asset regulations, meaning it should be in this year for next year to be normalized. Take a listen.
Prior to this, with an economist who is involved in international regulatory matters, and there seems to be a G20 wide desire to use the next year to normalize digital assets, crypto markets regulation, and some of that is perhaps a reaction to failures, but also it's a desire to make sure that there's a clear foundation. Are you optimistic that what MiCA has done can become the global standard?
I am optimistic indeed, and I think that we've seen that in other dimensions of digital regulation, such as GDPR, for instance. And so, because Europe decided on a set of standards for privacy, this has been embarked either as legislation in other regions or directly through corporate strategies. So there are many tech players here in Davos that now have GDPR by design or privacy by design, and through this have sort of spread GDPR as a standard across the world. And I think that
this is the year of regulation. This guy right here is the minister delegate to the Minister of the Economy for France. Who is he talking to? Jeremy Aller. This is the CEO of Circle, the stable coin that's backed by BlackRock. BlackRock put $400 million into their last round of fundraising. They're telling you guys this is the year of regulation. And oh, how ironic. We have one of the most legitimate blockchain companies, Ripple, facing this lawsuit, potentially making a new Howey test, going to the Supreme Court being the Ripple test. A great tweet here from Crypto Eerie. His lecture is from 2015. Susan Athey has been on Ripple board since 2013. And I'm not going to play you this whole 8-minute video. It's a bit overkill, but she's an economics of technology professor at the Stanford Graduate School of Business. And I didn't know she was on the Ripple board, but there's a long list of very, very successful, very, very smart people on the Ripple board. And besides the XRP utility, obviously I'm bullish on XRP because of the utility, but when I see all these smart people on the board of Ripple, it makes it clear to me that Ripple's here to stay, because I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that all these smart people, including Rosie Rios, the 43rd treasurer of the United States, would be on the Ripple board if they thought this company was going to fail and if it was going to provide no innovation. Ripple is the new Apple, the new Microsoft, the new Google. Maybe it doesn't scale up to that size, but when I say it's the new Apple, Microsoft, Google, it will be a winner out of this blockchain boom. Just like those companies were winners out of the internet boom, we're going to see winners out of the blockchain boom. And it's not going to be most of these tokens like Bitcoin. Not going to be Dogecoin. It's going to be coins that actually provide value. And Bitcoin is a failure to its white paper. You can't even use it for peer-to-peer payments. A great clip here from Mickle Market Space last night. Jeremy Hogan, he's an attorney. He makes videos on YouTube. If you haven't seen any of Attorney Jeremy's videos, you probably have if you're watching this video. But he says some very good stuff. Take a listen.
Be thinking that last prong is where she's going to hang her hat. If she's going to rule in Ripple's favor, you can see where she's almost setting it up to say, well, they don't have any evidence of a reasonable expectation of profits, and the expert that they do have doesn't really bring a lot to the table, and therefore no reasonable jury could find against Ripple, since the SEC has the burden of proof. And so you could kind of see so it could be either way. I'm not saying that it's not going to trial, but she could also be setting it up for a summary judgment ruling. And if that's the case, you got to be pretty happy if you're Ripple right now. Be thinking that
if she's going to rule in Ripple's favor, you can see where she's almost setting it up to say they don't have evidence of believable expectation of profits, and the experts they do have doesn't bring a lot to the table. If that's the case, you got to be happy if you're Ripple. If you guys are international outside of the USA, you can sign up with Binance in the video description below and get a $600 bonus. But for my USA people, just sign up with Webull, deposit a penny. You could get up to $3,000 in free stocks. Now, typically, you're just going to get $40 to $300, but it's a great offer just for signing up, depositing a penny. You're guaranteed a minimum value of free stocks at $41. Sell your stocks, close your account, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer. A link to Webull's in the video description below. As always, guys, God bless you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Keep rocking in the free world, and I'll talk to you soon.